What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fight Rundown, and we are here with the MMA Awards. Technically, the second... Is it the second year, the second annual MMA Awards?
We can call it the annual MMA Award, can't we? It was our first ever episode last year, and I thought I had to hop on the podcast, since then we've grown a lot this year. That'll come in another video. We'll talk about that sort of thing. But yeah, I feel like we're going to do this every year because why not? It's one of them, isn't it?
It's nice to look back at the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to look back at the year, exactly.
Well, we're going to go straight into it, and we've got many awards. We put it on the stories and whatnot of what we are thinking. And,
so if you see me on my phone, I'm not just going on my phone. I'm getting up the awards from the fans. So
that's
fans.
The one.
I shouldn't say fans. I should say listeners.
Well, anyways, let's get straight into it with the first one. The most disappointing fighters of the year. Let's see it. Well, interesting. We've gone through the top three. Yeah. Well, this was a hard-studied case study from you and me, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we did. We had a little chat about this, didn't we?
We was here for a while.
We was there for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So we nominated everyone in threes, by the way. But yeah, should we start with Jan, the first one on the list?
Let's start with Jan.
Tough year for him.
I think that this is a good one for the list purely because of how we know how good he is.
Yeah.
And results haven't gone his way, and it's a little bit disappointing, and that's why he's on there, just because we know that he's meant to be the best, isn't he? Really,
yeah.
He's meant to be the champ, and he's not, and that's the harsh reality of the UFC as well. He's not fulfilled his potential just yet.
Well, Aljamain Sterling, first fight, was it in March? I think. Pretty sure it was March, and I mean, you're a big Aljamain Sterling fan. He's gone in there and he's really controlled Jan. The first two rounds, well, 2 and 3 was completely Aljamain Sterling. Jan did pull it back, but lost, and that's a fight where we can put our hands up and go, okay, maybe of course, Aljamain's still high level. I'm a huge Sean O'Malley fan, but when that fight was matched up, it was like, come on, you've got to beat O'Malley.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case, was it?
No, it wasn't. It looks good for O'Malley, great win for O'Malley, but it's one of those where I had Jan winning the fight. I think I said in my prediction that Jan would win the fight, and it was a shock. But yeah, again, just disappointed, really.
Yeah, well, let's go to the second one.
Yeah. Derrick
Lewis. Tough one because we all love Derrick Lewis, and I feel like he's always the guy who overcomes the odds. But 2 losses, 1 cancelled fight, and favourite in all three of them fights, which is a harsh reality, a disappointment, isn't it?
Well, he had this little peak, didn't he? I'm not sure if it was last year. He beat Francis, didn't he? It was a few years ago, wasn't it?
18,
yeah,
I think.
He beat Francis. He looks like he's coming up on the rise again, and then he comes up with his highlight reel KOs every time, and it's
most knockouts in the UFC.
Yeah, most knockouts in the UFC, and it's just depreciated, really. It's not nice to see. It's a fan favourite, maybe a legend of the UFC. It's just taking losses now, and it's not nice to see.
Tough competition, of course.
But
I think we expected maybe a bit more from Lewis this year.
Yeah.
And finally, Darren Till, 1 loss this year. I think the reason I've put him in here, at the beginning of the year we saw with Chimaev. We know he's gone down there, and we was like, this is going to be a big year for him.
Yeah,
he's ended up having 2 cancelled fights and 1 loss to Druskus Duplessis, who, in honesty, is a great fighter, but
yeah,
I can't lie, we completely wrote Druskus off in the predictions, and Till got steamrolled.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it goes. It's a shame again. These are all disappointing, obviously, but Till really hits hard in my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because an Englishman who I fought at the time, when he was with his little Sweet Caroline coming out and filling out arenas and in England and whatnot. I thought this guy could be the champ, and it would be a great face
for the UFC.
Of the UFC and of English MMA. And it's just not worked out that way, and it's a real shame.
Well, let's go and see who is the winner. We go with Jan.
Not the award you want to win at the end of the year.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst one. And to be honest, we had our fans, listeners.
Stop saying that.
Yeah, it's such a bad habit.
Yeah.
The listeners' picks, as we're going to call it.
Yeah.
And you guys picked Darren Till with 60% choice. I think around 60-65% choice.
The boys have picked Darren Till. I'm not surprised.
And girls.
The boys and girls. The boys and girl.
Yeah.
I've picked Darren Till, which I don't. I'm not mad at that at all.
All three.
I'd agree with any of them really, but yeah.
Right, let's go on to the next one anyway. We're going to keep it nice and brief with the submission of the year. There we go. Some great submissions on the list. And I can't lie, we've snubbed a lot as well. Jessica and Jiraj is the top of my head with the standing guillotine. There's plenty to choose from, but we had to go with these three. Let's go with Yuri's first.
Oh, wow. Just wow. Just the moment and just the occasion. Just unreal submission. Like, losing the fight. And
oh, my God.
He comes back with a nasty submission. And
30 seconds left. 30 seconds to lose that fight.
Speechless.
And then Charles do Bronx Oliveira. I can't lie, we might be seeing more of him today, but that is how you put a performance on when you've just been stripped from your title.
Yeah.
Against Justin Gaethje, one of the most dangerous men in the division, and make him tap very easily. And Tresean Gore. What do you want to say about that one? That's just.
I'm a bit gutted that we've not gone for
Tresean
Gore.
Little spoiler there. And this is probably the best technique there, isn't it?
It is.
In terms of technique, how the hell have you ragdolled someone's head like that?
Yeah, He's going to be a special fighter. It looks like.
He's looking very good.
Yeah, it's a very special technique that, and it's one that I've not actually seen.
No.
Yeah.
Well, should we go to the winner?
So let's go to the winner.
There we go. Jiří Procházka, as we just said, the stakes.
You can't not give it to him for that performance. It's a world title fight at the end of the day, and it shows how much of a special fighter he was. The fact that he can be losing the fight, and with 30 seconds to go, he can just pull a rabbit out of the hat, if you like, just pull something out of the bag, and it's magical. It is magical, and I was speechless watching it live. And
Singapore.
Wow.
Well, let's go to we've just done submissions. We've got to go knockouts next, haven't we? Right, let's go to the knockout of the knockout of the year. Well, huge moments in the year. I think UFC had some mad knockouts this year. A couple of special mentions. Instantly, Brian Barberena's against Robbie Lawler, the destruction. Brian Battle's head kick was nasty. There were so many in there. I'm just saying,
full of
Alex Pereira's
knockouts,
against Adesanya. I mean, we could go on, couldn't we?
There could be 10 nominees for this one, but we don't want it to be 2 hours long. Video.
No, of course not. Should we start off with Leon? We'll go from the back.
All right, we'll start with Leon. Again, it's moments, and it's just again losing the fight, and then he pulls something off from out of nowhere, and it's just one of the best moments for me that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. And then next we have Marlon Vera's versus Dominic Cruz. I think Dominic Cruz made it look worse than it is the way he fell.
Yeah.
Hence why we had to put it in there. That was he dropped and he could not get up. Absolutely exquisite finish from Marlon Vera there. And then finally we have Michael Chandler's versus Tony Ferguson.
Another lovely kick.
Yeah,
lovely head kick, and it's just it doesn't even look like it looks like he sort of just clips him.
Yeah, that's true.
He just collapses to the ground, and it's just so clean. And I'm a big fan of all these knockouts. I mean, it's in my opinion the most exciting category.
Right,
the knockouts.
Let's find out who wins. Well, do you want to take this one?
Well, who else is it going to be other than Rocky Leon Edwards? It's literally in his name. So
it's just mental.
It's just written in the stars.
Losing the fight as well.
Yeah,
it's just
It gets me excited, man.
As his coach says, you got to pull it out of the fire. You know what I mean? And he said, headshot bang, print it on a t-shirt, I'll buy it. Easy as. Well, let's move on to the next one. Breakout nominees. I think this is the one where we're most excited. This is my favourite award. So let's find out who we have as the breakout nominees of the year.
Yo, Smoke. This one's Fuego. This one's Fuego.
Some big nominees there, I think. Ballsy, if I had to ask you, did you know these three at the beginning of the year? Or did you expect these three to be as big as they are at the end of the year? Right. I think we can all agree we'd say no.
Apart from, I did know Moicano.
Yeah.
But I'd never watched him. I only knew Moicano from the UFC games.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, yeah. Didn't know who Pereira was, really. And Yanez didn't have a clue, so...
Well...
Just shows why they're on the list.
Yeah, Yanez, I think, firstly, he stepped in on 6 days' notice for a 5-round fight against RDA. Loses a decision, which is very respectable, of course, against one of the world's best. Goes in there, gets 2 wins, one of them being against Brad Riddell, 2 rear naked chokes as well. That's huge. That's a great year for him. Next, Alex Pereira. I mean, started off the year unranked, ends the year as champion. just mental. And then Adrian Yanez, I mean, he's blown up, hasn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's very similar to the reason why we have the boxing awards. That's coming out later on.
Yeah, Jeev's favourite fighter of the year.
Yeah. I'm not going to say who it is, but similar kind of paths the way that they took this year and blew up. But yeah, let's see who won this award.
Yo, Smoke. This one's Fuego. This one's Fuego.
In my opinion, could have been only one winner on that one.
Well, you guys picked as well, and we all agreed that it's Alex Pereira. Yeah. I mean, who does that to 2 absolute killers in Sean Strickland and Israel Adesanya?
It's like the man. I don't think he's human.
Oh, he doesn't smile, does he?
No,
he does not break a smile.
Scary.
And for the people who are saying it got called off early, imagine what it would have done to Adesanya if that fight continued.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying to the people. Like, it's, it wouldn't have ended well either way for Adesanya. He would have lost the fight, so there was no point.
Exactly, it would have ended sooner or later.
Exactly,
in that round.
yeah.
Well, we're going to move on now to another great award, the Round of the Year. Some been absolutely fantastic rounds. But let's fire straight into it. God. I
It's an
mean,
exciting one, that. I mean, some crazy rounds in there, man. Just some crazy rounds.
I think a lot of people have Matt Schnell versus Suja Mandari as their fight of the year.
Yeah. Fair play.
I mean, we'll find out our fight of the year later on.
Yeah.
But, God, I mean, let's just go with that one first. You get knocked down 3 times in one round, literally walks into 2 elbows in the space of 20 seconds, and comes back with a fantastic triangle. And this is why fight nights need to be in front of an arena.
Yeah, imagine.
The Long Island Fight Night is one of the best, probably top 5 cards of the year.
Yeah.
We are going to be doing that cards of the year later on, so won't spoil it. But, I mean, wow, that was a mad fight. Chandler versus Poirier. It was only going one way, wasn't it? Absolute fireworks. That's all it was ever going to be.
You could see Wei Chan. Just imagine, imagine just being on the back of the cage, seeing Michael Chandler just absolutely going ham on you. It's scary, but it's exciting now anyway, isn't it? It's, what a round.
Yeah, and then finally it was Gaethje versus Oliveira.
Yeah, Gaethje. You can see Gaethje swinging and missing, he's falling over.
Imagine getting hit by... I cannot imagine. Imagine this guy right here to the left of me. Falling over, throwing everything into a lead hand hook. Like, that is... I can't believe Gaethje's gone at someone and fell over because he put his whole body weight behind that. That's mental weight. 80 kg of weight, or maybe a bit less, 79 kg weight, falling into a shot.
I bet that's brutal.
Oh, if that landed, it was over. Yeah. But yeah, let's go to the winner. It was a tough one to call, but let's see who got the win. Who got the win even. Well, there we go. I think unanimous decision on there from our behalf. Suja Mandari was a great fight, but we had to go with that one. So we've gone for the round of the year. It's only fair we see what the fight of the year was. So let's go into it. top fights of the year. I think UFC's had a great year, hasn't it?
It has. This has been the most popular year for the UFC. It is the year of the UFC.
Well, every year has grown.
Yeah, it goes up and up. Yeah, and unfortunately, at the minute, from what it's looking like for me, it's boxing and UFC, and it's sort of, you know what I mean,
switching. Yeah, and I mean, there's some big fights already in the pipeline next year for boxing.
Yeah,
we'll speak more on that. Or if you do want to find out what fights we want to see next year. On our podcast, Apple Music and Spotify, we upload a lot of podcasts with daily podcasts for the Advent calendar. So there's 24 episodes that you can catch up on. So that is on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Google, Amazon,
whatever you want,
iHeartRadio,
anything you want.
BBC Sounds, they're on all of them. So yeah, you can always check it out. But yeah, we spoke about fights we want to see for MMA and boxing. But I feel like we've seen a lot of great fights this year.
We have, yeah.
There's the 3 that we picked. Of course, we could have had many more. Sujman versus Schnell, Pereira versus Adesanya. The list goes on, doesn't it? I mean,
exactly.
There's too many to choose from. But
too many.
Let's find out who we had as the winner.
Anyway.
well,
right.
We've gone with Chimaev Burns.
Yeah.
I mean, what a fight that was. We've just spoke about. I said when I was sorting all the clips out for this, I watched this fight and didn't even clip anything.
Forgot that you had to clip it up.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it that much.
Yeah.
A highlight of that fight is when Chimaev gets knocked down and Burns tries to fill his head in.
Yeah.
Which is just mental.
But yeah, worthy winner for that one. What did the boys go for?
They didn't vote on this one actually.
They didn't vote on this one.
Yeah, because it's a bit techie because people aren't going to watch fights back.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
I couldn't clip too much into the Instagram. So
that's true. That's fair enough. Enough. But I feel like they'd go for the same as us.
I don't know. I think
we're the same.
Omar Yan was a big fight and it was on a regular time for us. So I couldn't pick that.
It's true.
Right, we're going to go for card of the year next. I can't lie. As great as UFC has been, the cards have not been up to scratch for me this year. There has been 3 that I think are worthy.
We're talking to you, Dana.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean, though?
I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean, yeah.
There's been a lot of cards that I felt like have just been underwhelming. Maybe 4 fights out of 12 are decent, or maybe 2 fights out of 12 are main event worthy.
Yeah.
And then and then 4 fights tend to be good. But yeah, there has also been some great cards though, and let's see what our nominees are for that. Well, there we go. Some, like we said, decent cards this year, but I feel like
cards.
two really stood out for me, being UFC 280 in Abu Dhabi and the Fight Night in London. Number 1. Number 2 felt a bit all over the place. But yeah, just quick thoughts on them 3 cards.
Well,
Favourite moments.
Yeah, favourite moments. I loved Tom Ospinall headlining in London against a worthy opponent, and just showing
Big
that
step up as well.
Yeah, just showing that he's got it. And I really enjoyed that. Obviously, all the other UK fighters out there as well who fought and got the wins as well.
Yeah, I think there was one guy on the whole card. I feel bad for saying one guy.
Yeah,
but
it was Jai Herbert, wasn't it?
No, 2. Sorry, because he lost to Ilya Taporia.
He lost to Taporia,
and I can't remember the other guy's name. He fought with Paddy though. He fights with Paddy. He's quite old.
Oh right, yeah.
He's bold fella. Yeah, but only 2 losses out of 13, or I think
Mike
10
Grundy,
of them.
innit?
That's it.
Mike
Yeah,
Grundy,
perfect knowledge from Bowles there. But yeah, some really good cards. I mean, Sean O'Malley winning was definitely probably my highlight of the year. I was so happy seeing him win. Of course, it was a big fight against Jan, and I mean that card was really well structured as well. But yeah, let's go to see who we thought was the winner. Well, I mean, we're from the UK.
Yeah.
It was on at normal time.
Yeah.
It's weird how two of the cards.
I know, yeah.
Maybe. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Is it biased? Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it's a good card.
That's a good point. I wonder how Americans felt about that card.
Yeah.
Because it's like we felt connected in it. Like texting our mates, England.
Yeah.
Get the Strongbos out. Get the Carlins out.
Stella.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Well, fantastic card. But now we have the 2 big ones. The men's and females fighter of the year. Explosion right now. Okay, so hopefully one. And then go and throw another one in. I'm probably not going to edit it in. But yeah, let's go to the women's fighter of the year nominees. Let's check it out.
Young fan, play the beat.
Some great women in there.
Yeah, well, should we just go straight to the winner then talk about all 3? Yeah. Well, let's find out who we had as the winner.
Young fan, play the beat.
Well, Weili Zhang is our winner. I mean, you guys picked Amanda Nunes as the winner. Surprising.
Yeah.
Before we touch on Weili, I feel like Valentina and Nunes are the LeBron James of the women's division. You could give him it every year. Yeah. You know what I mean? You could. It's like giving football do it. Messi and Ronaldo, like you just give them the Ballon d'Or every year.
Yeah.
These two realistically are the best fighters in the division. But Weili Zhang not only beats Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who did come back from a long stint and is now retired, but also winning the championship. I think she's had the breakout year, and she's been the fighter of the year, fighting twice.
Yeah, and I don't think you can blame us for being harsh on someone like Nunes, because we know how good she is. Again,
of course,
it's one of those that she should be winning every
grading on a
fight,
curve.
Really,
Grading
exactly.
on a curve,
People saying that she should go into the men's divisions and fight there. Like she's made that good. So that's sort of why we sort of lean towards Weili instead of Valentina or Valentina's fight with Santos. It's a little bit the sticky one. So we thought Weili. Convincing wins.
Yeah. And for me, activity is the most important thing.
Yeah, activity as well. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 fights in 1 year is much, obviously, cost more than both her other competitors. But let's go to the main one, the main event of the evening, as you could call it. The men's fight of the year. And I tell you what, we have a different answer to you guys. Yeah, so, well, anyway, let's check out the nominees for this one. I mean, 3 huge names, isn't it? Right there.
Right. Where do we start with that? Just 3 champs, 3 elite fighters.
Should we go with Makhachev first?
We'll go with Makhachev, yeah. We'll go for Makhachev.
It was his moment, wasn't it? It was his crowning moment in Abu Dhabi. Of course, with the Muslim natives and, of course, Arabic-speaking natives. And, he gets his moment in front of probably the reason why everyone turned up there, wasn't it? He was the main event there. And huge win. Leon Edwards, we've already touched him, but just a big year for him.
A big year, champion. Huge year. A breakout performance, and I'm sure he's buzzing to get 2 nominations from the Fight Rundown.
Of course, well, if you want to collect your awards, by the way, to any of these fighters,
feel free.
Yeah, just drop us a message.
We'll travel to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they'll come if they want.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to come,
can you see this?
Come to the office.
Amazing setup right here.
Little side of the world, you know.
But Volkanovski, also a mad year. 2 wins for him this year, one and a booked fight for January. So practically 3 fights, really, isn't it, in a calendar year for him? Maybe even 4 by the time he gets around to March time. But let's see who we have as the winner.
Light it up.
Well, anyways,
there we go.
Volkanovski, I think he's a worthy winner. I mean, I think for us, we agreed, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. This was the first name we said, and straight away was both like, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's just dominant. Just
he's
clearly the best.
His division out.
Yeah, clearly the best fighter, and he's going to
not
move
to these guys. Not to the people listening, which is completely fine. You guys picked Leon Edwards as the fight of the year, and of course, that's been the biggest moment. Sometimes it comes down to that.
Yeah.
Which I cannot hate. But we're going to wrap it up there. We really appreciate it. And it's been a great year for UFC. We look forward to seeing what happens next year. And you never know. You'll see the Fight Rundown in the UFC London maybe one day.
Maybe. Who knows?
Right. We'll see you guys soon.